is Miami treating you boys?
It's good.
We're loving it. We were just talking about how we're loving Miami.
We look so Miami.
We look so Miami.
Shirts and white pants.
Would you ever move to Miami?
I lived here for a minute. I don't know. I like it here, but I might get in trouble down here, so I don't know.
Miami feels a lot like home to me. Growing up in Dallas, the weather's very similar, and I think that, like, I don't know, the people are very nice here. There's so much culture. The food's so good. Like, it definitely reminds me of home, which is really nice and comforting.
Nice feeling.
Yeah.
Pretty impressed there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have season 3 of Never Have I Ever coming out. And a lot of the comments are about how Devi, like, people just can't wait to see the crazy decisions she's going to make. So, in 3 words, how would you describe season 3?
Spicy, controversial, and steamy.
Wild, sexy, hilarious.
Have you guys seen it all the way through yet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinions on it? Do you think that people are in for a treat?
Oh, yeah. The writers are not out here to make a bad show, and they certainly don't. They give us a lot to play with, a lot to work with, and they keep the dynamic of like a crazy love triangle, but it's a whole new shape now, and it's all lit on fire because Devi just has a very nice skill of making a mess out of everything, so.
I think that we also, like, we've been saying this, but I feel like each season is building so well on the next one. It's just getting better and better and better. So for fans that have loved the first 2 seasons, they're going to go crazy over the 3rd and then eventually crazy over the 4th. Like, we just can't wait for them to get to come on this journey with us.
No doubt.
Yeah. And there was comments too about if Ben's ever going to have a shirtless scene like Paxton. Do you think is that going to happen in season 3 or season 4?
You know, since we've already shot season 3 and season 4, I can't really comment on it, but who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll have to find out, but hopefully fans will be excited either way.
Yeah.
There will be more fun in store for Ben, whatever that might entail.
I think Paxton might have like a 1 shirtless minimum per season, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's in a contract somewhere.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely written in the contract. And what would you say is the biggest difference between you two, the bond between you guys in season 1 filming like the first few weeks and season 3?
I mean, season 1, I think it's all about, like, we're definitely each other's, like, competition per se. Season 3, I think they kind of find a better understanding of each other as people, as they're, you know, kind of forced to interact a little bit more. It's really interesting what happens. I think there's something very sweet there, and there's maybe like an unexpected possible friendship.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I think definitely Paxton and Ben's relationship has grown a lot in this next upcoming season. It's going to be something that kind of we've never seen before. I think a lot of times they're like intimidated by each other for certain ways, and they kind of explore that a little bit, and it's been really fun. It's been really fun, especially because we are so close in real life, and like all of us are such a family, the cast and the crew, that getting to like experience different scenes and watching our characters grow while also like helping each other grow behind the scenes as people is really special. It's really incredible to get to like make a show that means so much to so many people with like some of your best friends. Like there's like nothing more that you can ask for than that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's nice that you guys are also so close outside of the show, not just on set. So it makes it even better. And there's a line in there that Devi says, the whole Olivia Rodrigo album wouldn't agree with you. What do you each have a favorite Olivia Rodrigo song?
I think mine's Brutal. I just like love the vibe. Like I can blast that. And like if I'm in the car or if I'm working out, like Brutal will get me going no matter what.
Okay, I don't really know a lot of her music, but Driver's License is pretty good, so I'm gonna go with that.
He's not good with the song titles,
I'm gonna go with
but
song titles.
I knew what he was thinking.
Good for you, happy.
That's,
And if you-
that's a different one.
Oh yeah,
good for
you guys
not
can
Driver's
sing it.
License.
Go ahead.
Good for you.
If you weren't the characters in the actual show, and I'm sure you get asked this all the time, do you think that you'd be Team Paxton or do you think you'd be Team Ben?
You speaking as the character, or if we weren't in the show? Well, if we weren't in the show,
Like
dang.
a mistake.
Honestly, I mean, if I was not in the show, and I'm not talking for me, I think I would be Team Paxton. Just because he's been there for her so many times. He's saved her so many times, and it just seems like that like Prince Charming, knight in shining armor thing. But it's a hard argument because there's so many things about Ben that are so attractive. They drive each other absolutely mad because they're the same person, and they challenge each other just as much. It's a really hard argument.
I feel like in real life, if I had no stake in the game, I would have to be Team Devi. Just because I'd be like, girl, you gotta figure yourself out a little bit. Like you gotta work on that, and then you go find the boys. But like, let's have some self-love. So I know my Trey is cheering right now in New York. But,
see, that's my answer when I'm in my own head. I'm just thinking about if I was just some random person in like Oklahoma watching the show. I don't know.
I think I'd be Team Devi. My Trey is gonna be so excited I said that. Don't show her this interview.
Mr. Diplomatic.
Cut that part out.
And you have quite the fan base. So like the little joke about like there's people in Oklahoma. Did you think when you started out the show to where it is now that you would have such dedicated fans?
No, not at all. I have friends that have done shows that have been on the air for like a long time, and they're like, I'm not gonna say like social media following means anything, but then again, I guess it does because it shows like how many people are interested in your show and what you do. But it was like first season, it was like every couple hours, it was like 100,000 more, 100,000 more, 100,000 more, and that was like wild to me because it's not been the same story for a lot of my friends. And I was like very proud because I was like, wow, the show is really catching some attention. So it's a wild thing to kind of try and digest. So
yeah, I think it still kind of blows my mind that we're in like 96 countries and like people of all ages and different ethnicities and backgrounds, like whatever intersectionality you might have or embody, like there's something for you in our show, and that's why people love it so much. And I think that that's so special to be a part of a show that is so diverse and like is so inclusive and is such a pioneer, but also is like authentic in those stories and those portrayals of real life. I think that that's like definitely more representative and more interesting to see, and I think that that's why a lot of people love the show so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's so relatable. Like anyone can kind of relate to at least one of the characters in the show. So it's like another like level of like feeling something for the show, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the TikTok edits of you guys?
Sometimes. I see them. I don't have TikTok, so I see them like on Instagram Reels sometimes, or they'll tag me, and then I see the fit. They're like really intricate. They're like edited really well. I saw one that was to Olivia Rodrigo. I think it was maybe to Driver's License, like last season, and that hit like so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So I know we both really appreciate them.
Fun fact, my Trey just got her driver's license, so congrats, my Trey.
Wait, Darren, do you see the TikTok edits of you? All your shirtless ones, your scenes and all that?
Yeah.
Friends will send them to me. I also don't have a TikTok. That may be something I'm going to dabble in, though. I'm not going to lie, because there's a lot of fake ones out there that have a lot of followers, and I think I'm missing out on some stuff. So.
Ooh!
But maybe.
You should do
He's
it.
come around.
Because people will blow up, with season 3 coming out.
I'm not doing all
love
those stupid dances, though.
Do the dances.
No, I'm not doing
I'll
those
dance
stupid,
with you.
No.
Get a little.
I'm not doing that.
We're going to hold you to it. We'll be the first to comment if you guys post a dancing video together.
We can fun doing that on TikTok.
Over my dead body.
Come on.
Well, thank you guys so much, and congrats on season 3, and can't wait for the world to see it.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much.